Alright, so you want to learn Japanese? That's awesome, and I think you should go for it. So I myself studied Japanese when I was in college, and in the beginning it was just kind of for fun, like I wasn't taking it that seriously, just a hobby. But eventually I did end up taking it very seriously because it was fun and I wanted to get better at it. Eventually I ended up studying abroad in Japan for a semester, and then I ended up getting a job in Japan after I graduated. And then 10 years passed and I'm still here. So I'm not exaggerating when I say that learning Japanese has literally changed my life. And what I've learned during the process is that language learning isn't really all that complicated. It sounds like an impossible task in the beginning, but honestly, I think anyone can do it. You just need to get started. So here's how to get started. Step 1, start taking lessons. And when I say lessons, I just mean start learning in some kind of structured way. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. Ideally, take classes. If you can take private lessons, that's the best option, but taking a group class is great too. And personally, I started by taking classes in college, and that worked for me. If you can't take classes for any reason, you can also get a textbook, or one of the million Japanese learning apps out there, like not Duolingo. Get something else that's better. And you can go down the self-study route from there. The reason you want to take this structured approach is because when you're a complete beginner, it's very easy to get overwhelmed and just be like, oh my God, what the hell am I even supposed to do? There's so much Japanese to learn and I'm just swimming in a sea of Japanese. And having a textbook or a curriculum of some kind is going to help so much for you to stay on track and make progress. Now, an important thing about language learning is that just taking classes and just using a textbook alone is not going to make you fluent. I think we all know this. If you've taken language classes in school before, like Spanish, for example, or French, then you know what I'm talking about. Like you went to classes every day, you did the homework, you memorized all the vocabulary, you passed all the tests, and you still don't know how to have a real conversation in that language. Or maybe you can, but it feels extremely impossible. Hola. No entiendo español, porque yo soy una stupid American. And the reason this happens is really simple. You didn't spend enough time actually practicing the language, memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules, taking written tests. Those are kind of a different skill from actually using a language in real conversations. If you want to get good at a language, you have to practice it a lot. And I mean like a lot. Imagine somebody who's learning how to play the guitar. They take guitar lessons like once a week maybe, and other than those lessons, they never practice. Are they gonna be amazing at guitar in a couple of months? Of course not, they're gonna suck. And it's the exact same for languages. Like yes, going to classes is very helpful, I have to emphasize this, but you still need to put in the extra effort and practice. So that's step 2, practice getting input. It's not easy to practice speaking your second language because you need a speaking partner to practice with, right? But the good news is you can still get a lot of benefits just from getting lots of input. And the even better news is there's a lot of resources out there nowadays that you can use. YouTube, Netflix, watch anime all day, watch Disney movies in their Japanese dubs. The important thing here is to just find something that's kind of near your level. If you're a complete beginner and you're watching something insanely hard, it's gonna go over your head and you're not really gonna pick up a lot of it. But there's a huge variety of shows you can watch these days. Something easier, like if you like anime, slice of life type animes are usually great for this. K-On, Yurukan, these kinds of shows, they're pretty slower paced, the conversations they have aren't all that crazy. So these kinds of things can help. Another gold mine for Japanese is the Terrace House series. The first season is the best one, by the way. And on the other hand, let's say you're a pretty advanced learner of Japanese, then watching shows like Anpanman are probably not going to be the best use of your time. And this can be challenging for beginners, but I would personally recommend when you're a beginner, spend more of your time learning from the textbooks and supplement that with listening practice during your free time. And as you start to get a bit more advanced, you can kind of reverse that and start spending most of your time doing listening practice and supplement that with some more formal study, because that'll help you pick up some things that you wouldn't have picked up otherwise. Step 3, I consider this optional, but if you'd like, by all means, use an SRS flashcard app like Anki. Anki is the most popular one, and this isn't necessary. I don't think it's as important as just getting as much listening as possible, but it does make memorizing vocabulary a little bit easier. It's not that hard to do, and it's an easy way to just kind of like fill the gaps in your day with a bit of reviewing, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, if you're just waiting for a bus for a couple minutes, or if you're, riding the bus or riding the train, or let's say you've showed up somewhere and you're waiting for your friend to arrive, take out your phone, do a couple flashcard reps on Anki, and that's a good use of your time. You don't have to overthink it. Just, spend a couple minutes a day on it. Step 4. This is the most important part. Enjoy the process. Language learning is very challenging. It's a long journey. It can take you years to get fluent. It took me several years to reach a level in Japanese that I would consider fluent. And because of that, it's important to have fun with it. Like, treat it as a hobby. That's really the key. Like, if you treat it as a hobby and just enjoy the process of learning, you'll be able to stick with it for years and years. Everyone in the world who's ever learned a language to fluency succeeded, not because they were smarter than everybody else or because they used better apps or whatever. It's because they didn't quit. That's really it. They kept on going for years and years because it does take that long. But if you stick with it, it is the most rewarding thing you can do. Like, think about it. Like, you spend, 2 or 3 years learning a language, put in the hard work, and after that, you're able to literally speak another freaking language and communicate with millions and millions more people in the world for the rest of your life. Isn't that amazing? So have fun and enjoy the journey. And let me know what other kinds of videos you'd like to see from me. I would love to share more of my experience. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.